this is not going to bring back your goddamned honey. I will be your wicker man into a cinder. I feel fire it up, but do not let me hinder you in any way. I can be your wicker man, do anything to me. Build me out of scattered sticks and bits of twine that you just find lying around.
Everything Nina said, I take it back, but only halfway. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, alright, cool, that was the open mic. So, where's our poetry slam? How many of you have been to a poetry slam before? Raise your hand. Let's see. And so most of you actually. Good. That means that you won't be terrified by things that happen on stage. People who've never been, this is a really safe space and you're never going to be scared by anything anyone says. I'm lying.
It had been 1 year and 6 months since you started seeing another woman. After Mom caught you, you were gone in less than a week.
Tibulus anterior tendinitis.
Aphrodite, do you remember? Do you remember when I punched your brother and groped your sister? Do you remember when I smashed my head through the door and broke my hand and threw up on your shoes and tried to kiss you and hold you and love you? Do you remember when I tried to wrestle bears and I lost?
Because of you, I want to tackle every runner I see. Bring their feet off the ground, clip their wings, make them like me.
So this is the Hamline University Poetry Slam. The way that a poetry slam works is each poet has 3 minutes and 10 seconds to perform a poem of his or her own construction. At the end of that poem, we have 5 judges who are randomly selected members of the audience who will then score that poem from 0.0 to 10.0. 8.5, and 8.7, and 9.5. Judges, you're the smartest people in this room. You know more about poetry than anyone has ever known about poetry. Audience, the judges are dumb. All right? They've never heard a poem in their lives, and they hate everything that you love. So, audience, let me see. So we like to respond. The crowd should respond in a poetry slam. So if a judge gives a poem that you loved, a score that you loved, what are you gonna do? Yes, exactly. Now, if a judge gives a poem that you loved, a score that you hate, what are you gonna do then? Yes, threats are not acceptable. Animal noise is totally acceptable. I want to hear a moo, please. Oh God, he moved when I told him to. That was great.
I sit on the front steps of an apartment building with a half-filled bowl of cereal. The wind tiptoes and taps me on the shoulder.
For you, I drained my blood from my cheeks. I let my conscience hang limp. I punched a man in the face. I doped a girl. Headbutted a statue. Broke my bones. Coughed up my stomach. Kissed you. Fucked you. Loved you. For you, I would wrestle bears, and I did.
But I'm on the ground. Lips pressed to asphalt. Struggling just to hear you speak.
Started your new family shortly after. I wonder if you taught your new kids anything about fires. Did you build them a pit in the backyard, teach them how to light a match, how to hold it so it stays lit in the wind? Did you show them how to be a man? How to start fires?
That was so indifferent. Are you ready to start a poetry slam? Thank you, Taylor.
Alright, I got something.
Did this just happen, or what's happening?
Okay, sure, I can do that.
The weirdest dream I've ever had.
I
had this dream that my family and I moved into this huge old mansion on like a cliff next to the ocean, and the basement of the mansion descended to like underneath sea level in the ocean.
David Hasselhoff. I was playing David Hasselhoff in my dream, and I was a lifeguard. I was saving everybody's lives, like it was my job. It's pretty cool.
Most of all my dreams, I'm being chased or killed.
And so we're in there, and it's all dirty, and we have to clean it out so we can live in it. And we get down into like the very basement, and it's just absolutely awful. And there are these huge windows that are just out into the ocean.
My strangest dream was getting married off to a Chinese man because my dad does a bunch of business in China. Thank you.
I used to have guinea pigs as a child, and they were great guinea pigs, and I had great times and fun memories with them. One day I had a dream where I was in a bunk bed, and my mom comes up to the bunk bed, and she climbs up to she like steps up on the ladder, she puts the guinea pigs under the covers. Next thing you know, they become lobsters, and they start nipping at my toes, and then I woke up. It was really weird.
So we have all the windows open, and we're like sweeping everything out the windows, and then this giant like iridescent, like bioluminescent eel dragon is like in the water, and he's super upset with us, and he starts attacking the house.
One that stuck with me for a while, I think I was about 5, and I had this dream that there was a skeleton sitting on my dresser, and it terrified me, and I had it multiple times.
I am somersaulting on a hill at my elementary school, and I fall into a pit, and I'm trapped there, and I wake up.
I was Superman for a day, so I could fly and do a bunch of tricks in the air, and I woke up. That's what I said.
I was on a roller coaster with my friend, and and we went all the way up in outer space.
And the weirdest dream that I've ever had, in it, I was in my dad's kitchen, and around me were dancing the Winnie the Pooh characters, and they were singing a song about sex, drugs, and fast cars.
I was swimming with a professor, and she offered me some waffles.
When I was a kid, 9, 10 years of age, I used to dream of white sheets of paper that would turn black and then crumble up into wads. And it scared the hell out of me.
I guess my ex-girlfriend tickling my feet, and she said that she had a certification in tickling feet. So we run up to the very top, like creepy spiry turret thing, and we look out over the ocean, and we see the eel dragon, like we see its bioluminescence like lighting up the entire ocean because it's that big. It was just terrifying, but so awesome. And I don't remember what happened after that.
It's sex, drugs, and fast cars. Oh yeah, it's a dangerous world.